Okay, so before starting with PDMS admin practically on a software, let us understand what is PDMS admin and what is the role of PDMS admin. Now, if you are working on PDMS, you will not directly work on admin or admin module. You will always work on as a user on equipments, piping, drafting, ISO draft, structures. Okay, so you will have your username and password for that, and you can access that limited database from your username and password, and then you can work on PDMS. But what is the role of PDMS admin then? PDMS admin first should understand all the basic terms of PDMS, and it should have the idea of how AVEVA PDMS works, the structure of AVEVA PDMS, how the database works, how the teams works, how the user will get its username and password. So these all things the PDMS admin will look after, and then it will start creating a project. Okay, so let us understand what is the role of PDMS admin. First role of PDMS admin is, yes, creating and deleting the database files for a project. So database files can be accessed by various teams. So specifically for equipment team, if one database file is required, that equipment team should have access of that database files. Okay, so database files are also divided into number of files, sections. Okay, so that is the first task of PDMS admin, creating a project, then creating and deleting database files. Then important is creating and deleting users. So PDMS admin will create the username and password for various users of your team. Okay, then very important, controlling the access of each user has to the project database. Okay, so project database will have n number of files. Okay, so only equipment team will access the database which is related to the equipments, like a library. Okay, so similarly piping team will access the pipe modules from the database, like that. So admin will control their access, which team or which user will access which kind of data, that admin will do. Then grouping database together as a multiple database. Okay, that is the also important task for the admin. The last and very important is making database session with a stamp to enable changes from session to session to be identified. So these are the basic roles of PDMS admins. PDMS admin will look after database, look after the teams, look after the users, and you look after the controlling and access on the database. Those are the very important things for PDMS admin. Okay, now let us start with PDMS admin tutorials. Thank you.